All right, welcome. It's good to see some familiar faces. Is anybody first time ever here at the shop? All right, well, welcome. So, thanks for coming. Been looking forward to this. And like Elliot said, this is what I'm going to talk about today is something that I'm in the middle of actually. And what we're going to do today is figure out how to put some arms on an existing side chair. On this chair. Well, first of all, when adding arms to a side chair, you you don't just put them right on a side chair. The side chair usually is a slimmer, more shallow chair than the arm. You ever notice that? Your armchairs are more kingly, right? But your armchairs also have to be wider. And when we made armchairs, he would always add 1.75 inches to the width. And we're going to add 1 inch to the depth. So in order to do that, we need to make a few little changes here before we can start adding arms to this chair. And I've got our armchair version right here. Ta-da! Oh, there it is. I mean, it looks pretty much like the same chair, but you can see the width, can't you? Like, in fact, let me just grab that chair so you can see how similar side by side they are. Yeah, you really don't, but it is more substantial, right? So it seems to want a very straight arm. And you're like, ugh, if I just put a straight arm on there, that's not going to look great. Well, we're not going to just start building stuff and throw it on here. We're going to start out by sketching. We'll make some simple sketches. And I'm going to do this. Okay. So I'm making these little sketches over here. And I'm just looking at relationships. So here's my arm post. I thought, oh, and rather than having a straight line, let's have a little curved line. Well, that didn't do much. Well, what I ended up doing was starting with just a straight line. So let me, all right, let's just assume we're going to go with a straight arm to start with at 9.5 inches height over this. What kind of arm support am I going to have? So I just used that same little mock-up leg there and just drew in, and I left this empty space, and I tried 3 different styles. Okay, then we have the block over the leg like this. So this is what we're thinking to start with. Okay, a little nicer, right? It's got a little more pleasing. It's got soft curves, so it feels appropriate still to the chair. It's classing it up a little bit, right? It's making it feel a little more set apart, but still belonging. All right, so here we go. You want to work with full-size drawings because you've got to make these templates to begin with. Okay, so now here's my arm. I know this is going to be my curvature, so I'm going to align my template where my location is there, and I'll go flush with the bottom. And I can just draw right on top. Let me get a pen here. Okay. All right. There's our profile. That'll be our saw cut. I'll just do this quick tenon cut over here. I'm using a spacer jig, okay? This is just for cutting tenons where we've got our 3/4 inch thick plus the saw curve for the second cut. And it should get us a 3/4. All right, so what I'm gonna do is with that, I've got it set already, so it's gonna cut a 1/4 inch off the side. When I have the block in there, then I'll take the block out and it's going to slide over and give me my 3/4. And I raise the blade up just shy of 1.25 inches for the length. And I'm just going to cut the shoulders over there after. But anyway, that's what we're going to do here. And then I'll turn it so the face is against the fence and I get a 1/4 inch off that side. So here we go. So now I want to notch or cut the shoulder of all this. So I'm just going to do it on the bandsaw. So I'm going to just use this to index with the tenon off the fence. So this. Oh. Okay. Cool. So I'm just going to press this, and I can see that it's fitting pretty good, pretty snug. So I ain't lying. I didn't do that with my mouth. That was another little deception. You missed that, didn't you? I know. So I'm going to go over to the bandsaw, and so we just want to get to the process here a little bit of shaping. So there we've got our sawn. See that flat right there? We've got that. But I've got a little bit of a bumpiness there, so let's just quickly clean that up. And I'm just going to hit this with a block plane. I'm just feeling for high spots. So there, we've got that curve faired a little bit. Now we can set our fence to 1 inch and just keep that curved surface against the fence right ahead of the blade, okay? I'm just going to keep my finger pressure right ahead of the blade as we go through. And then keeping it flat while we go through there. All right, so there's our left arm. Hopefully we'll be able to fit this now. That's pretty snug, but it's through. Okay? Doesn't even need glue. All right. There it is. So this would be laying over. I'd be notched out around there. But look at another model of this. And now I'm starting. I put a taper here on the front. Now we have the actual arm shape. Okay. And then this one shows probably the furthest development of the arm, where we've got the facet and the pyramid details now showing up. So now you can see how this is going to look. All right, there's our armchair version. But then you're always gonna check it out. Feels good, good height.